The Dawn of Civilization, Ancient Sumerian Innovations Introduction. Welcome to the Dawn of Civilization, a journey into ancient Sumer, the land where humanity's story began to unfold in profound and transformative ways. In the heart of Mesopotamia, between the mighty Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the Sumerians built a world of cities, laws, language, and invention. Today, we'll explore how these early people laid the foundations of modern life, from writing and farming to governance, art and architecture. Their legacy lives on in ways we see, hear, and feel every day. Chapter 1. The Cradle of Civilization between two rivers, a miracle took place. Around 4000 BCE, the Sumerians turned the Mesopotamian plains into the world's first true civilization. Cities like Uruk, Ur, Eridu, and Lagash rose from the fertile soil. They built temples, marketplaces, homes, and walls. They weren't just surviving. They were organizing, innovating, dreaming. The Sumerians taught the world what it meant to build a society, one with rules, culture, religion, and knowledge, passed through generations. Chapter 2. The Birth of Writing. Cuneiform. Before books, before laws, before even letters, there were clay tablets. Around 3400 BCE, in bustling cities like Uruk, the Sumerians developed cuneiform, one of humanity's first writing systems. Merchants and priests pressed wedge-shaped marks into wet clay with sharpened reeds to track goods and offerings. What began as simple accounting evolved into storytelling. The Epic of Gilgamesh, a mythic tale of kings and gods, was written in cuneiform. Writing gave voice to law, prayer, poetry, and memory. Chapter 3. The Agricultural Revolution. Before cities came farms. The Sumerians were pioneers in agriculture. They dug canals and built levees to tame the rivers and bring water to their fields. They invented the plow, transforming labor into efficiency. With surplus grain came freedom. Freedom for some to become potters, priests, or traders. Villages grew into cities. Harvests gave birth to civilization. Chapter 4. The Invention of the Wheel. Simple, circular, revolutionary. The wheel appeared around 3500 BCE, first for pottery, then for transport. Carts pulled by oxen carried goods across city streets and distant lands. The wheel powered trade, shaped industry, and made movement possible. It became the backbone of civilization's great journey. Chapter 5. Government, law, and order as cities. Grew. Order was needed. The Sumerians answered with kings, councils, and codes. By 2100 BCE, the Code of Ur-Nammu outlined the laws of life: contracts, inheritance, marriage, and justice. Even kings were subject to these written laws. Government wasn't just power, it was structure. It was fairness. It was civilization taking shape. Chapter 6. Religion and temples. In every Sumerian city stood a ziggurat, a stepped temple reaching to the sky. To the Sumerians, gods controlled the wind, the rain, the harvest, and fate itself. Deities like Enlil, Inanna, and Anu were honored with offerings and prayers. Temples were not just places of worship. They were centers of power, science, and education. Chapter 7. Science, Math, and Astronomy. Look up, and you'll see what the Sumerians saw: patterns in the stars. They invented a base 60 number system. From them we get 60 minutes in an hour, 360 degrees in a circle. They tracked planets, predicted seasons, and charted the heavens. In their calculations, they found order in the universe. Chapter 8. Urban planning and trade. Sumerian cities weren't random, they were designed. With straight streets, market squares, granaries, and walls, urban life became efficient. Trade routes extended to India and Egypt. Sumerian merchants traded lapis lazuli, wool, grain, and pottery. With every contract sealed by a clay stamp, they built one of the earliest global economies. Chapter 9. Art, Music, and Culture. Their lives were not only structured, they were soulful. The Sumerians made jewelry of gold, sculpted statues of gods and kings, and played music with lyres and drums. They wrote hymns, told stories, and taught students in the world's first schools. Their culture was a mirror of their dreams. Chapter 10. Legacy. Why the Sumerians matter. Why should we remember the Sumerians? Because they showed us what's possible. They invented cities, they invented writing, they created government, law, science, and art. Their fingerprints are on every building, book, and institution we've inherited. They remind us that our progress has deep ancient roots. Conclusion. Thank you for joining us on the dawn of civilization. May the story of the Sumerians spark your curiosity, ignite your imagination, and remind you of the enduring light that ancient wisdom can bring to our modern world.